Yeah, go on, knock yourself out. I just realised I've done all this stuff and my fire's dying, so be right back. I need to get some fuel.
All right, I'll wait till Abbott gets back. So, I'll tell you what, I've got a newish Fortean here somewhere. I think I did the funny stories, didn't I, out of the new one? So did I do clip of the 2023? Oh yeah, I did, because it was the bloke with a really long name. Let's do some ancient bits down the side from the Fortean times. Let's see what we got here. So we've got more than 100 delegates attending a food safety summit at the Baltimore Convention Center in Maryland on 8 to the 10th of April 2014, including representatives from the US Food and Drug Administration, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention of Major Food Companies. Major food companies came down with suspected food poisoning. Most of those affected complained of diarrhea. The cause of the illness was unidentified.
I seem to be having a problem with drop frames to YouTube. Is my voice coming through clear?
No, you're fine.
I'm fine on that then.
Yeah, you're having drop frames, are you?
Yeah. I mean, it's sending stuff, and it's well within my bandwidth constraints, but yeah, it's saying 46.4% drop frames.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know
I
what's going on there.
use that thing now. Brought to you by Splitcam. Now I use Splitcam. I haven't had half the problems I've had before.
What, as opposed to OBS?
Yeah. So with Split, you use both, but with all you use OBS for is to put your stuff on. Basically, you use your virtual camera on OBS, and then you send your virtual camera over to Splitcam, and then you can stream it out from there to wherever you want.
Sounds complicated.
Once you set it up once, it's fine. It's like anything else.
Mind you,
so then with it so far, I mean this application's free. You can go and get it right now.
But I suggest you don't.
You can send it to YouTube, Rumble, DLive, Telegram. Most of these things only let you, if you don't pay for it, they only let you stream to 2 places. So
cool.
So Splitcam. You could also broadcast to the YouTube, to the tubes. You can do it to the tubes, or the telegrams.
That's what I'm talking about, tubes.
Dom said a woodwise called Trevor applied for a job where I worked. Dom, I've heard you that you haven't gone in to give Ian some grapes. Ian, imagine that going to see someone in hospital and not taking them grapes. Hobbit. Very poor form.
So, I'm sorry. I keep thinking about arse grapes for some reason. Like, you know.
No, you don't want to take anyone take those into.
No, I think wasn't it Ian's getting something done to his arse grapes?
I don't know.
I hope your arse grapes get well soon, Ian.
That reminds me of that joke. It's a long one and it's quite funny.
Does it with the nuns?
Do you want me to tell you it?
Right. Yeah, go on.
Quite. Back in the days of the early of the monarchy, Princess Margaret's going around a hospital, speaking to all the people, asking them what's wrong with them.
Why are you so poor?
Yeah, that and like, hello, how do you do? What's wrong with you? So old Bert goes, well, I got a boil on me bollocks. So then Princess Margaret moves on. He gets a roasting from the matron. A couple of weeks later, the Queen Mum's going round. So so part of the roasting is you can't say boil on your bollocks. Just say you're in for a hernia or something. So anyway, so the Queen Mum comes round shaking everybody's hand. How are you doing? What's wrong with you? So he said, I'm not doing too bad. I've got a hernia. He said, oh, I'm glad to hear the boil on your bollocks got better.
Yeah.
Right, should we talk about woodwoses? This is from the Fortean Times, September 2014. Fortean Times 318.
Right.
Suffolk, main. Actually, I might have a look. It might be on
Suffolk,
the list
not the
of
which to live.
Suffolk. Bit
Not.
weird, Suffolk, isn't it? Well, now where all the witch trials and the assizes were all in Essex, weren't they?
Are they? I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
What's an assize?
It's like I'll look it up because I'm not entirely
Is it
sure
like
myself.
an exam? Is there course?
No, they're like trials, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's an exam. But
Well,
one
it's
where
the exam where if you get it wrong, you end up dancing the Tyburn jig as your as your final assessment.
I was going to say, if you fail this exam, you die.
Yeah. You know what the Tyburn jig is, don't you, Hobbit?
I assume it's something. Oh, when you're hanging and you haven't died in.
Yeah.
Look,
It's like the Spandau Ballet, because that's what the Spandau Ballet is. I didn't know whether you.
I
know
think capital punishment and hanging has been talked about to death today. So let's just, put bookshelf that for another time.
Courts of assize or assizes were periodic courts held around England and Wales until 1972, when together with quarter sessions they were abolished by the Courts Act of 1971 and replaced by a single permanent Crown Court. So they used to be like travelling things, because I think the witch trials were called the assizes, weren't they?
I until you mentioned that, I didn't know. Oh, and they said on the BBC Two, it's Hemi I can't hear. That's because I changed the sound level. So what I've done is I've turned down the game audio and turned up that, so you should be able to hear them as clearly as you hear me.
So other words where they've used the size is. Did you know the Council of Assizes was the lawmaking body in New York after its capture from the Dutch?
Well, yeah, because I thought assize is...
Because even old New York once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I don't know.
I hate that. That sounds horrible. That sounds
Istanbul,
like
not Constantinople, by the what are they called?
I don't know, but it's Constantinople, and if you say anything else, then you're a heretic, and you deserve to.
Well, the song was called Istanbul, not Constantinople, and it was by.
But that's wrong.
What are they called?
They're called the people.
They did that song,
wrong.
"Birdhouse in Your Soul." It's fucking really bugging me now. They might be giants. That's who it is.
Well, that's a stupid band name, and that's a stupid thing, and I hope they failed, and that they all died from heroin overdoses. Fuck them.
They also did the music for the Daily Show.
Oh, in that case, I really hate them. Fuck these guys. God, well, why'd you have to wind me up about stuff like that?
What, the Dutch?
No, just like shit music.
I mentioned them once. I think I got away with it.
Yeah, the Dutch are scum. They're used to suffering. Nigel Bennett said that.
Apparently, the assizes of Ariano are laws of the Kingdom of Sicily. So I bet they could have fucking enacted some of those fucking laws, so we didn't have a man hanged on fucking Blackfriars Bridge. See last 3 episodes.
Oh yeah, Sped West on BBC Two says I've just noticed my. You know what? If my microphone's really hot there, instead of adjusting an OBS, what if I turn it down here, and that should make the gain go? Am I really loud now? If I turn it the other way, hopefully that should make my gain less.
Or you're a bit. I think you'll be a bit too quiet for this end.
Now, if I put my voice like this, it's in the yellow on my voice meter. How about yours?
Oh, Dom didn't even know Ian was in hospital.
Sped West says they did Malcolm in the Middle theme tune as well. So in other words, they've done a bunch of dog shit and they deserve to be pilloried.
Oh, hold on. Is it? No, it should be showing up everywhere. Hold on 1 sec. Be quiet for 1 sec, I bet.
Yep.
It's Hemi I can't hear. No, Sped West said that in my chat.
Yeah, and Jojo Gizmo says it's Hemi I can't hear on mine, but I can hear you.
No, he's done it in mine. You're looking at mine. Right. Or has he put it in both chats?
Well, the thing is, when you're talking, I can see your voice going in the red on my desktop audio meter.
Yeah, so can I. I can see mine working as well, so it's all sort of.
I'm just going to assume
it must be related to yours, but he's put it in the wrong chat, I think.
Right. Yeah. Well. Oh, right. Yeah. If it's a BBC Two problem, post it in the BBC Two chat.
Yeah, because you're confusing us.
Yeah,
I'm already
beeps.
bad enough at I'm already bad enough at doing audio. I don't need to be trying to fix audio I haven't broken.
But you won OBS Slave 2017, didn't you?
It's the Golden Guns, 2017.
Yeah.
That wasn't 2017, was it?
I think it was.
Fucking hell!
It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Didn't think it was that long ago.
Yeah, but 2017 to me doesn't feel like long ago. It feels like just yesterday.
It does until you realise we're in 2024.
No, because we lost about 3 years. So
Yeah.
I want those 3 years back before we're in 2024.
So shall we talk about woodwoses?
What's a woodwose and why?
What is a woodwose and how do they work? Fucking woodwoses, how do they work?
How many woodwoses could you chuck if a woodwose could chuck a woodwose?
Suffolk, mainland Britain's easternmost county. Thanks for that. Last year adopted the...
I thought East Anglia was.
East Anglia is not a county, it's a region.
Yes, it is.
East Anglia isn't a county.
Well, what is it then? An autonomous zone?
It's a region.
What the fuck's a region?
A rough geographical area, like where I live is East Midlands.
Wait, so no, you're
and where you live is the Cotswolds.
No, where you're from is a shire. I know you're in a shire and I'm in the shire.
Yes, but I'm talking about it's the broader geographical area.
I've looked at a county.
So East Anglia would be Norfolk and Suffolk, and and a bit of Cambridge, I think.
Wait, hang on. If I look at a county map now, it won't say East Anglia. So county.
No, it won't.
Map of England. Let me have a look at the map of the counties. So I'm looking at it now, and oh my god, yeah, Norfolk and Suffolk.
Or is Jade? Do you remember Jade Goody? She said East Anglia. That's abroad, isn't it?
Might as well be. Yeah. Have I just been sent into, because Lincolnshire's there, Cumbria, Northumberland?
I think you just gaslit yourself on it. I think it's that simple.
Why is North Yorkshire and West Yorkshire two separate things?
Oh, so okay then. East Anglia, according to Wikipedia, is the area of East England. So it comprises of counties of Norfolk and Suffolk, with Cambridgeshire and Essex also included in some definitions. So it's not even a solid geographical area.
Wait, have you seen? There's like this weird exclave of Suffolk which pushes into Cambridgeshire. What's up with that?
Oh, that is weird, isn't it?
Why is there a bit of Suffolk in Cambridgeshire? Why?
Would that be some sort of Jerry bum graping? I'd say it's not gerrymandering because it's not a salamander. It looks like
the
a bum
mystery
grape
why
or something
Newmarket is in Suffolk, even though it looks like it should be in Cambridgeshire.
Yeah.
So, wait. So Newmarket is.
Have we uncovered a mystery? Is this a conspiracy theory?
It's the mystery of why there's like things. Oh my god, Newmarket is literally an exclave, and there's this tiny corridor which is about like 100 yards across, including one of the B roads.
Hemi's Golden Gun was around 2020. Thanks, Wesley.
In the 1970s, there was a movement to actually change the boundaries and move Newmarket and neighbouring Haverhill to Cambridgeshire. It never happened, of course, despite the town's council pushing for it. The government now decided against it, even though it made things a lot simpler in the town. The town is actually split in two, with the parish of St Mary's looked after by Suffolk's Forest Heath Council. The other parish, All Saints, is covered by East Cambridgeshire District Council, which equates to about a fifth of the town. Yeah, so there's a bit of Newmarket, which is Cambridgeshire in the south-east, and the northwest part is an exclave of Suffolk. What's up with that? That's weird. I don't like that.
That is weird.
That makes no...
Back to Assizes, Hobbit. The Court of Assizes is the criminal court in Belgium.
I didn't know about that, but...
Yeah.
God, 8 Reasons Suffolk's is so much better than Norfolk. That's not... And that's from a website called cambridgenews.co.uk.
So they shouldn't have a dog in the fight, should they?
That's... I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on.
I love... This is the other thing that mass immigration robs from us, you know. The old rivalries. You know when, like, the next village over or whatever, you'd go, oh, they're all paedophiles or whatever, wouldn't you?
Well, it's literally...
They all fuck their mum. Or something like that, don't you?
To me, anything southeast of Oxford is Here Be Dragons in my mental map. And as far as I'm concerned, that East Anglia stuff, Newmarket, that is literally Here Be Dragons territory. That just makes no sense whatsoever to me. That's fucked up. So, Woodwoes then, what's it got to do with Suffolk?
So, Woodwoes, what are they all about? How do they work?
Well, why is it in Suffolk then?
Suffolk?
Suffolk?
Fucking hell. I only got one word out of it, and then we just went in that massive fucking branch. Suffolk, mainland Britain's easternmost county. Now we know.
That's right,
not East Anglia.
Yeah, which is part of East Anglia.
Last year adopted the controversial slogan, this is controversial, Hobbit, the Curious County.
Okay.
Is that controversial? I don't think so.
Wait, I'm confused now because I'm looking at Fortean words and Jojo Gizmo said in that it's Hemi I can't hear. So there's nobody on BBC.
Yes, that's why I said earlier, because it confused me.
Yeah, because I would thought I was looking at the BBC Two chat, but it's like, why is Fortean words there? It should be a
That's
Factorio.
Literally what I just said to you.
I know,
literally what I just said to you.
I confused myself. You know, I'm blaming it on Arsedeep, the postie, who didn't come today. That annoys me.
More like elbow deep.
Fucking
the churches of mostly rural Suffolk do harbour a curiosity, though. Might be. His missus probably looks like a Woodwoes. Woodwoes is...
Fate worse than death.
Woodwoses or Woadwoes. What do you want to call them? Woodwoses or Woadwoses?
Well, we started with Woodwoes, so let's carry on with that, shall we?
Literally wild men of the woods. Hirsute manimals brandishing clubs, particularly in Suffolk coastal district. Few churches are without at least one Woodwoes. Believed to date from the 15th century, they're carved on the staves of stone baptismal fronts. What's the stave? I bet.
A stave is like a stick. Yeah, it's a fighting stick.
Baptismal stave. I wonder if it means something different in there.
What, in an ecumenical sense?
Yeah.
A baptismal stave?
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Baptismal stave. I think it's like the front bit.
I thought a stave, if I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking like a shepherd's crook that you see some bishops carrying.
Yeah, I think a stave is that.
Alright.
So a stave church is a medieval wooden Christian church building once common in northwest Europe. The name derives from the building structure of post and lintel construction.
What's that got to do with spears?
I don't know.
No.
I think we'll leave that one.
Yeah.
Oh, stave churches, they are called after the Norwegian word for stave or staff. So there you go.
So it's a stick?
Yeah.
So
but I don't think it means this. Why would they say staves are carved on the staves of stone baptismal fonts. So whatever it is, it's stone. So it must just mean like the front of it or something.
Oh, the front of them trying to confuse these words.
Yeah, or as a reliefs. I think there's a typo there. Hewn into the porch of a church, and they're usually to be found within a club and shield raised as they close in for combat with a dragon or wyvern. The Woodwoses on the front of St Andrew's Walberswick are ruined. Some of their heads are gone. What do you call them?
Wyvern.
No, wyvern. I think it's wyvern.
You're probably right there. To me, it looks like wyvern.
It does look like wyvern.
Yeah.
The Woodwoses on the front. I suppose it depends if you ever heard anyone say it, doesn't it?
I've never heard someone say it.
I'm sure I have, and I'm sure it's wyvern.
I always thought that was how the Americans say it, and I thought, well, it's a wyvern, so I'm calling it a wyvern.
Might be down your area.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. There's regional differences. Like You go like a few dozen miles.
Exactly. That's what's always confused me about the European Union. We can't even unite this country. So like, how the fuck can you unite 28 countries with different languages, economies, and cultures?
Well, that's the problem I always thought with the English dictionary, is the fact that it's based on how people in Oxfordshire and Cambridgeshire pronounce English, which is different to how Northerners do. Or don't.
Yeah.
Because Northerners don't speak English.
Well, RP used to be the one true way to speak, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the posh way of talking.
So the woodways on the front of St Andrew's Walberswick are ruined. Some of their heads are gone, and you can just make out the wavy hair, the torsos that remain. So I should imagine that was probably broken off, wasn't it, during the Reformation or something?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point as well. I mean, we're lucky that we've got these, what I want to say, are pre-Christian motifs on our churches, like the.
Well, this is what I kind of say. Like the British people are a make do amend people, aren't they? Like we were like, okay, so this is the end of paganism, but there's some good bits of it, so let's just sneak him into the church. That's kind of what we did, weren't it? It's
well,
like, yeah, okay, we'll pretend we do it with Christianity, but we'll do a bit of paganism in there as well.
I always thought there was a thing with the Druids where they just said like, well, look, we're Christians now, but we're going to have green men and these other things in there, so that people still remember the traditional things. And with the Christmas, we'll have the Christmas tree.
Well, gargoyles can't be a Christian thing, can they?
I don't think there's anything about gargoyles in the Bible.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's a paganism. And you get like some real po-faced like Protestants who'd be like, well, that's why we don't celebrate Christmas. And it's just like, no, fuck off, Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah. Well, we've got to celebrate the I don't know what's the winter. I mean, why is it so close to equinox, like Christmas Day?
Winter solstice.
Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting thing about that, just as a brief aside from the woodwoes, which we will be touching on in this episode.
Well, so, it is related because like the woodwoes is on the church are the way we've kept our history and moved on at the same time, haven't we?
Now, I'd like to point out to people that I am a Christian, and I don't see what I'm about to say.
This is a good Christian show.
Oh, well, what I'm about to say, I'd like, because some people may object to it, it's not heretical, right? So, on the 21st of December, you have the shortest day of the year, and then for the next 3 days...
Hey, hold on a minute. Dumb Elf Kicker says they don't know what they're on about. No need to fawn over them. Christians take over other religions by assimilation, like the pork.
So right, for the next 3 days, the sun doesn't rise any higher in the sky until you get to Christmas Day, and on that day, that's when it rises in the sky again. So you know this idea that Jesus died and on the third day he came back again. I always just thought that's an analogy for the sun, because it dies on winter solstice and it comes back again on the 25th, and that's why on Christmas Day we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. I'm even willing to accept that Jesus may not have been born on the 25th of December. He may have been born another time. But it doesn't matter. We still celebrate his birth on Christmas Day.
Isn't the kind of smart money on September, aren't they? Isn't it?
It doesn't matter. The fact is we celebrate his
that he was born. And that's the day we picked.
And it just happens we celebrate his death when the sun gets reborn as well. So it's a bit of astrotheology, if you want to use that term. I see no harm in using the term astrotheology.
He was attempting a Woodwose based pun by using fawn. Dom was. He wants to clarify.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Fawn as in FAWN?
No, he said fawn as in baby deer, isn't it?
Yeah, FAWN. Well, yeah, but when you fawn over something...
fawn over something, that's FAWN. He did fawn as in FAUN.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put FAWN, that would have been all. You know,
That
Spanish.
reminds me, when's the last time you heard the phrase flora and fauna?
Usually, it refers to Australia when they go really hard on like some European for bringing in the ham sandwich. But then when the
Yeah.
Chinese brings in like literal brains and spinal columns, they're like, "Oh well, we'll let you off."
You
this
watch
one
you watch Nothing to Declare as well, do you, of it?
I've seen it. Yeah,
I,
actually.
I like it when they bring in like 15 suitcases of food and they get fined about $100. Yeah, I saw an old couple accidentally brought in a banana in a rucksack and they got fined 600.
Yeah, and well, there's actually another show like that called Australian Traffic Cops, where there's like an abo drunk driving, and they give him $1,000 fine, and then
I'm just waiting for a mate.
yeah, and then they got this like this white guy, and he's gone 30 in the 20 zone or something, and they fined him $1,500, and it's like.
And take his car off him. And
Oh yeah, and
impound it
6
crush
points
it.
on your license as well because you should have known better. With the ABBA, it's just like wow, drink driving's part of their culture, along with other things I'm not going to mention on YouTube.
Don't be Rama Rama.
Don't be Rama Rama. Also, there was a reason why Abo kids used to get adopted out. It's not because we hate them. It's actually because it's like, well, they do keep noncing them. Maybe it would be a good idea if, you know, they didn't do the noncing by taking them away. But
yeah. So because it says the Woodways is on the front of St Andrew.
so
The font's on the font, not the front of St
why
Andrew.
do Woodwoses look like Abos?
I don't know.
That
we
is
was
a very,
abos.
It was a very.
We was abos and shit.
Well, I was going to say it's a very Fortean subject, isn't it? Like Abos, are they actually the missing men of Ungamungaland?
Australopithecus.
That's it. You got it. Australopithecus. Born
Ian
and
said
raised.
Adam Woodwose alias Ian Beale in his.
God.
Just keeping it real with Alan. Do you remember the keeping it real with Ian Beale theme? Do you remember that?
I don't, but I do want to say, with
Or
regards
drunk Phil in the bins meme. That was always a good meme, wasn't it?
the one which always gets me right, and I just feel sorry for the guy. Like I know I didn't want to talk about capital punishment, but let's face it, it's been the theme for today. What's it with Ian Beale and his sentence on EastEnders? Like, what did he do to deserve such a long custodial term?
Oh God, they're just doing Woodwose based puns. Edward Woodwose.
Hey, wasn't he like the commanding officer in the Falklands War? Rear Admiral.
How about Woodwose? How about Woodwose Wilson?
I don't know that guy.
Woodrow Wilson, the American.
Oh, okay.
president.
Yeah, so I was just thinking of Rear Admiral Woodwose in the Falklands.
Rear Admiral Woodwose.
I saw a documentary about the Falklands recently. I didn't realise like how many people died on both sides.
Did you know the Gurkhas used to bury the Argies face down? So when they woke up, they'd try and dig themselves out, but they wouldn't because they were going down instead of up.
That sound. Yeah, but wouldn't you be like when you wake up, go, yeah, my ears tell me I'm face down.
I suppose you'd be in a blind panic, wouldn't you?
It sounds like one of those things. Like, did you know Hitler's only got one ball? It's just like, you know, I've heard this before.
Have you not seen the other one? It's in the Albert Hall, Hobbit.
I've never been to the Albert Hall, so no.
We got any more Woodwose based silly names?
I mean, the bit I don't get with that is, did you know his mother was a dirty fucker?
Yeah, she cut it off when he was small.
God, that is terrible.
He had one he had one testicle and a micro penis. Fact, his doctor told us.
Yeah. Oh, what? Dr. Schmili Schmeckelstein.
What he also had that thing, you know, where your pee can be anywhere from your bell end to your anus.
No.
I can't remember what it's called.
Is that called the Woodwose disease?
Yeah, woodworm.
Hey,
Probably not.
Here's a proper conspiracy about the Woodwose I don't think anybody's considered yet. Do the Woodwose have like some sort of... Because you know this thing like with like crypto, like Bigfoot and stuff, the American Woodwose. They've got this thing that they got a psychic power which makes your cameras blurry.
I just get the feeling that the English woodwose is far more civilized than the American Bigfoot.
Well, this is the thing. Like Bigfoot in America, like its special power is it makes your camera blurry, so you can never get a decent shot of it. But like the Australian Yowie, their like special power is
eating people, isn't it?
Yeah, and they scare you. Like what was his name? Who came on the show to tell us about Yowies? That Australian bloke, the one who gets very angry about things. You know.
Oh, we got a guest shilling for his channel. Zanks Ha1.
I don't see that on my one, but you're
Rumble.
You're a mod and I'm not.
No, Rumble.
Oh, on Rumble, yeah, that's right. No, I should be on the Rumble, shouldn't I? Because
British Army prepares for NATO's biggest show of force since Cold War.
Rumble's where the cool kids hang out and watch the Fortean.
Yeah.
It's BBC.
Please join Zanks. You need a snappier name, Zanks. It's not working, mate.
Rumble's where the cool kids hang out.
But good old Zanks. So the Protestant reformers enforcing an edict of 1540 from the Tudor boy king Edward VI. Was he the sickly one? Was he the sickly
king
one?
of the boys? That's a bit of a weird.
king of the boys. He was Welsh. He was from the valleys.
I pronounce you King Edward, king of the boys.
He's Tudor boy king. No, he's Tudor boy king.
He Tudor boy king.
He Tudor boy king. Yes, he ate a boy king. Ordering the smashing of statues in churches showed predictability.
That is
so he was one of
right.
those Protestants, was he? One of those. He was like a Taliban Protestant.
I hate iconoclasts. Look, I might not be Buddhist, but I don't approve of people smashing statues of the Buddha.
I bet a gender-neutral woodwose is a woodwoke.
Oh no.
Dom's jokes.
Right, hey, this is the point I actually was trying to make, and this actually I think goes to prove it. Right, so these cryptos have got various special powers, right? The Bigfoot make you blurry, the Yowie make you scared and run away. The Woodwoes...
Well, the Woodwoses seem to, they just like to pose for pictures while they've got their club and their shield.
I was going to say, the Woodwoes, its special power is it makes it difficult to talk about the subject, because every time you do, you get distracted by East Anglia.
Yeah, or Dom.
Or Dom, yeah. So that's,
Dom and his Woodwose puns.
Yeah, the special power of the Woodwoes is you do not talk about the Woodwoes. You all get distracted.
The first rule of Woodwose is don't talk about Woodwose.
Oh, yeah.
So the Tudor boy king was ordering the smashing of statues in churches, showed predictable hostility, very predictable hostility to these and other Suffolk Woodwoses. Some local woodwose bearing fonts only survived because the idolatrous bits were plastered over until the commissioners had gone away.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, this is us, like men in sheds coming up with solutions for shit. You know, this country built by Fred Dibners. That would have been your local Fred Dibner.
I was just thinking...
Right, this Woodwose, we want to save this Woodwose. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what, I'll plaster over it.
I'm just thinking about the new men in sheds, like with names like I'm in your shed. I think he's cousin of Arshdeep.
Well, East Side Video... Oh, I remember, that was on Facebook, weren't it? Your name's I'm in your shed.
Yeah. What are you doing there? Get out.
Oh, fucking memes. Oh, Luke Littler's playing tonight. You know, the 16-year-old darts prodigy.
I don't watch darts. That's what's his name watches that.
He's 16. He's 16 and looks about 40. Well, the seaside village of
likes darts, so I'll just I think that's why
Do you remember him? I remember him.
I remember him talking about darts and like saying, "Oh, come on, guys, we're interested in darts, aren't we?" I was like, "No, not really."
We had some good fun that night. We watched darts on the YouTubes.
Did we? I don't remember it. I'll take you.
Well, the seaside village. I'll tell you what, Zanks. If you watch the whole episode and comment on it, then we'll go and have a look at your channel.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
You can't say fairer than that.
So while the seaside village of Walberswick, are we going to have a day out to Walberswick, Hobbit, next time you come over to mine?
I thought that's like, isn't that like the stuff you spray when you got a blocked nose, Alburswick?
I don't know. I think Walberswick could just make you a limp or something, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's oh, all right. Well,
Is that when you have a boil on your ball bag? A Walberswick.
oh, I'm so glad the boil on your bollocks is gone.
Yeah. Just reminds me. You ever read The Meaning of Life, Hobbit? The Douglas Adams book, where he's taken place names and created meanings for them.
No, that sounds pretty good.
It's funny. I've got it. You can look at it next time you come over. Some of them are quite funny. I'll tell you what. Should we just since this is a whole episode of tangents? There you go. I'll open on a random page and I'll give you one.
I told you it's the secret power of the woodwoes. You do not mention the woodwoes.
So a grinstead is the state of a woman's clothing after she's been to powder her nose and has hitched up her tights over the skirt at the back, thus exposing her bottom as walked out without noticing it.
That's very convoluted.
A Papworth Everard. Do you know what that is, Hobbit? It's a technical term for the fifth take of an orgasm scene during the making of a pornographic film.
That actually sounds quite realistic.
Yeah. How about a paradip is a polite word for the act of washing one's genitals in the wash basin.
So it's not just place names, it's like various words in general, because...
No, they're all villages and things.
Is Blandford Forum on there?
It's Blandford Forum.
Is there an index to this?
It's in alphabetical order, like a Bewley Hill is the optimum vantage point from which to view people undressing in the bedroom across the street.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've heard of Bewley Hill before.
So a Berkhamsted is a massive 3-course mid-morning blowout enjoyed by a dieter who's already done his or her slimming duty by having a spoonful of cottage cheese for breakfast.
What? Is that a Stephen J. James?
A Blandford Forum, Hobbit, is any Radio 4 chat show.
that's actually, I'm glad he's mentioned that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, good on Douglas Adams for doing that. Well done, you.
So do you want to know? A bodmin is the irrational and inevitable discrepancy between the amount pulled and the amount needed when a large group of people try to pay a bill together at a meal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So a Dalrymple. So Dalrymples are the things you pay extra for on pieces of handmade craftwork. The rough edges, the paint smudges, and the holes in the glazing.
That just sounds true.
Delaware is the hideous stuff on the shelves of a rented house.
Like the live, laugh, love signs.
Oh, Didcot. Didcot is the tiny, oddly shaped bit of card which a ticket inspector cuts out of a ticket with his clipper for no apparent reason. It's a little known fact that the confetti at Princess Margaret's wedding was made up of thousands of Didcots collected by inspectors on the royal train.
That sounds true. Like, you could present this to...
I told you it's a good book. It's called The Meaning of Life.
You could show that to Americans and it'd be like... Because, you know, there's the American thing of, like, what British people name their food. And they just... It's basically just Hugh Laurie from Blackadder and the way he says things. But, literally, no, that's like a better version of it.
So, penge... The penge is the expanding slotted arm on which a cuckoo comes out of a cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is Frome there? Because Frome's one of those weird places. Or Shitterton.
Frome. I don't think Shitterton will be on here. Frome. I'm too far on the G's.
I know it's supposed to be pronounced Froome, but it's like, look, it's from E.
It's Frome.
Frome.
Like, oh no, it's not on here.
Oh, I'm surprised about that.
I thought that would be on here.
It sounds like a good one, though, doesn't it?
So a Frolsworth is a measure. It's the minimum time it is necessary to spend frowning in deep concentration at each picture in the art gallery, in order that everyone else doesn't think you're a complete moron.
He's sussed it. He's got it right.
So gala shields are a form of particularly long, sparse sideburns, which are part of the mandatory turnout of steam train drivers.
Yeah, they've got to have those handlebar moustaches.
Yeah. So a harpendon is the coda to a phone conversation consisting of about 8 exchanges by which people try gracefully to get off the line.
Yeah, harp and done. That. Yeah. No, God, it's. I didn't know. I need to read this book. You're actually right. You've heard it here first, guys. Hemi's tricked me into reading.
So Hastings are the things said on the spur of the moment to explain someone who unexpectedly comes into a room precisely what it is you are doing.
Oh, oh, yeah. No, that's probably a bit more polite than what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you have to pull your trousers up suddenly.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going for. Like some of these are a bit.
Dom Alfkicker says "is fucking Hill" on there. It's like, well, is fucking Hill one of the place names in the
something
UK?
like that's in here. Where is it?
Oh, speaking of which,
I think it might be.
So,
it's only a small book. It's not like a full dictionary.
in Austria, for a long time, there's been a town called Fucking, and recently they've decided, because like too many people keep stealing the place name, they've changed it to Fug.
Folkin. Folkin is in here. That's when you pretend not to be in when the carol singers come round.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. See, all these sound like.
That's true.
Like really, Glasgow is the feeling of infinite sadness engendered when walking through a place filled with happy people 15 years younger than yourself. When experienced too frequently, it will likely lead to attack of trunch. So some of these refer to other place names in the thing, so you have to have a look round.
But of course, I love self-referential things.
Yeah.
I mean, our entire show with the Harvey Price posting is self-referential.
So good arming is the wonderful rush of release on discovering that the Ely and the Wembley were in fact false alarms.
I see. I don't even know what those are, but this sounds like a clever version of Roger's Profanosaurus.
Yeah, it is. Ghoul. Do you know what ghoul is? Ghoul is the puddle on the bar to which the barman puts your change.
Oh, right, because I was just trying to think, do I know a place called Ghoul?
Yeah, I can't remember where it is though.
I've never heard
Gretna
of it.
green is a shade of green which makes you wish you'd painted whatever it was a different colour.
Yeah. Yeah. God, he was inspired, wasn't he?
Oh, and a grimmet. A grimmet is a small bush from which cartoon characters dangle over the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. That's some highlights of the meaning of liff. A brilliant book, makes me laugh.
Great. I assume that was published after the brand new Monty Python book.
I think. Let's have a look.
My uncle let me borrow
I can
the
find
book
it.
one day, and he insisted I keep the dust cover on it, and then I took the dust cover off, and it was like a lesbian orgy photographed. I was like, oh, okay.
Blimey, that was the. I've got the 30th anniversary edition, so it's a fucking old book.
Have you got the one which has got the page about masturbation?
So it's something like 1983. I have got the Monty Python Papa book. Hold on a sec.
Oh, Chaos 243. Well, I'll wait for Hemi to get back.
Yeah.
I'll read out the comment. He says, Fool Island is worth looking into. It's, I think, the South Georgian or South Sandwich Islands. With regards to the Falklands conflict, alien base and sentient fluid called black goo. I didn't know about that. That's probably stuff.
I've heard about the black goo.
That's probably stuff they dredged up from Antarctica then. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to cover that.
What was the page? What was the page you wanted me to look at in the Papa book?
I don't know what page it's on, sorry, but it's basically there's one about masturbation, the difficult subject.
I don't know. I'll have to have a look through it. But I've got the paperback version of it though.
Oh, this is in the hardback version. I'll
Oh,
have to just. I swear, cool if I can borrow it again. It's probably still on the bookshelf.
right. Spedware said it's not even a sport like golf.
Wait, what's that then?
Darts. He's got to be talking about, isn't he?
It's not, but yet, despite that, women are still rubbish at it. Although that's it. Here's the thing, right? I'm good at.
Well, shouldn't men and women at least be equal at darts?
But it turns
Like there's no power involved in it, is there?
but it turns out aiming and accuracy, that's still a thing which men do better at. I can't explain why, it just is. Now here's the thing, right? I love all forms of accuracy.
Do you think it all dates back to being caveman, like everyone says it is? Like that's from when we used to chuck spears at mammoths.
I really think it boils down to the fact men and women are fundamentally different, and one of the fundamental differences is men are better at throwing things. So here's the thing, right? I like sports which involve accuracy. I enjoy shooting, I enjoy archery, I enjoy javelin and shot put.
The people you go out shooting with don't enjoy shooting, though, do they?
Well, the less said about that, the better. But the fact is, I enjoy all this stuff, and yet when it comes to darts, I am rubbish at darts. I count myself as having a good time at darts if I manage to get it into the wall, and if it doesn't just bounce off. If I get it into the board,
I'm actually
better.
not bad at darts, but I just can't finish. I can't do the double to finish.
Wait, you've got to get a double to finish.
You have to finish on a double if you're doing 5-0. Was it 501?
I thought with 501 you just kept going down until.
You have to finish on a double.
Oh well, fuck that! I can never win a game of 501 then.
Yeah, I can't do it. I remember ages ago I played a guy I used to know from the darts team. I nearly beat him, but I just couldn't do the double.
I mean, how much?
I could have fucking hammered him, but I couldn't do the double.
I don't even know how much a bullseye is worth. Is it 50 points?
Yes, 50 points for the bullseye, 75 points for the bit around it. Or is it the way around? No, I think the bull's 75, isn't it? And the bit around it is 50.
If I aim for the bullseye, I end up at 6 o'clock, and if I try and go for 180, I end up with a bullseye. But then when I try and aim for the wall above it, I immediately it goes into the wall where I was visualising it. How does that work?
Is that a bit like Woodwoses where you just can't go where you want to?
It's the crazy thing about Woodwoses. You try and talk about them, and you immediately
just
get
can't.
sidetracked. No.
We've talked about Monty Python's Papa Book. We've talked about the meaning of live.
Yeah.
We've even talked about darts, which neither of us play.
I know, it's weird. I'm like, this is the most interested I've been in darts in my entire life.
Right, let's not do any more. So while the seaside village of Welberswick is a famously fashionable holiday resort, the haunt of Hampstead literati and Freud in particular, Suffolk's Woodwoses tend to be in out-of-the-way places, unlikely to feature in glossy Sunday supplements anytime soon. The air of the county with the greatest density of Woodwose churches inland from the Suffolk heritage coast and west of the A12 is so far off the map. It's actually there's actually a lonely wood there and several lonely farm addresses. You could take in most of the Woodwoses. Owner of a lonely Woodwose. Oh, he's just a lonely Woodwose. Bulls 50. Bulls 50 out of Bulls 25. I bet.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, well, that makes
Ian's
sense.
our darts correspondent. Isn't he?
Because the inner target is harder to hit than the outer target, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of Suffolk, you could take in most of the Woodwoses of Suffolk and the coastal district and the western edge of mid-Suffolk district in a day by car. A determined fit cyclist in good weather could do him in a full day.
But
so they're not that far from each other, is what they're saying. Yeah, you could, but I suggest you don't, because you don't want to end up being a pedophile, do you?
You do not want to. Yeah, exactly. I can't stand those pedalists.
Pederasts.
Yeah, that's it.
A determined fit cyclist, blah, blah, blah. I made a Woodwoes run from Halesworth Station to the villages of Crediton, Cratfield, Baddingham. That's crap. I wonder how many of these. I'm not doing it, but I wonder how many of these are in the meaning of live.
Oh, go on. Well, Crapton and Shitterton's not. No, it's Crapstone and Shitterton.
Right, let's have a look. Crediton.
Yeah.
Because this is off the fucking road. Off the. Crediton, I don't think he's in here. That's
Excuse me.
Cranley is a mood of irritation with everything and everything. No, that's not on there. Crediton, Cratfield's not on there. Baddingham. Let's have a look. Nope. You got Baldock though, which is a sharp prong on top of a tree stump where the tree snapped off before being completely sawn through. Darsham. Let's see if Darsham. I don't think Darsham's in here as well. No, Darsham's not. No, none of those are in there.
Oh, fair enough then.
In a day's Socal ride and before sundown, including pub and tea room stops for the rainy bits. Peasnall and Sibton are doable by bike in a long afternoon from Darsham or Saxmundham stations. The Diocese of St Edmundsbury and Ipswich even lays on occasional Woodwoes bike routes that cover 2 or 3 Woodwoes churches in a day at a more leisurely pace than my Staccanovite 2-wheeled Woodrows road trips of well over 20 miles each. Anybody know what Staccanovite is?
Is that one of those minerals?
I have no idea. It sounds Russian. Let's
well, just like
since it says,
you know that funny mineral of coming tonight.
Oh, is that what jerk off crystals are made out of?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was Russian. It was a mass cultural movement of workers which originated in the Soviet Union.
All right.
So that's Staccanovite. Where was I? Staccanovite 2-wheeled Woodrows road trips to 20 miles each.
Staccanovite.
Holiday in Smart Set Radio 4 listeners, and a few summers back, then Prime Minister Gordon Brown. Fucking hell, this is dated.
Gordon Brown texture like, well, not summer.
Gordon Brown fucked up the economy.
Gordon Brown only got one eye.
Do you remember when Jeremy Clarkson called him a one-eyed git or something? He got in shit for it.
And the thing is, it's like back then he used to get away with that stuff when... No, it wasn't him that called Mama Merk on unfuckable lardass. It was... that's it. The other guy who wasn't a member of the P2 Lodge, Silvio Berlusconi.
He was a member of the P2 lad. Well, he was. I don't know if he was a P2
Allegedly.
lad, but he was. Oh yes, he was, wasn't he? Yeah, he
Allegedly.
was in the P2, weren't he? Propaganda duo.
Propaganda duo.
I was gonna do a Club Tropicana, but by Wham, but I can't be bothered. Holiday in Smart Set Radio 4 listeners, and a few summers back then, blah 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 blah. So Gordon Brown up for his holes in the trendy retro holiday resort of Southwold, where beach huts change hand for over 100k, so probably double that or triple that by now. Mostly dash into the far less chic town of Halesworth, just long enough to fill up the 4x4 with posh dinner party ingredients and then speed out again. Halesworth has its own minuscule museum and is famed among train spotters for its moving platform, a combined railway platform and level crossing. Fucking hell, that's crazy. How do you combine a railway platform and level crossing?
Can we see it?
Halesworth. Let's have a look. So it's Halesworth platform. Let's try platform. That should do it. Oh, that is fucking weird. I'm trying to find the best picture of it. So it's... So I'll put it up on screen now.
Any second now we'll get to see it, chat. And you too can be mystified by the presence of this thing.
There you go. So it's just that goes up and down, the grey bit.
In 20 seconds time we'll wow. Alright, okay. What's the reason for this? Because, what, did they not have enough room to make the platform somewhere else?
I don't know. I suppose they were just...
Is it one of those Victorian things where they just be like, look, we can do this, so why not? Yeah, all right, sounds like a laugh.
1859 that was built.
There you go. It's the Victorian hubris of just like, we're going to build this as a laugh. And they did. And it was a laugh.
Those four 7-ton gates were manually operated, but the opening and closing was controlled by a lever in the signal box, which locked the gates in place to prevent trains accidentally running into them. The gates, two on each side of the railway, were constructed from lattice frames and wooden platform surfaces. Each gate was pivoted at one end and balanced in such a way as to make it easy to be opened and closed by one man. The weight of the unpivoted end was carried on small wheels which ran over the raised road surface of the crossing. Two smaller movable sections of the platform were provided, one each side of the tracks and opposite each other, to enable pedestrians and cyclists to cross when the gates were closed to road traffic.
It sounds like one of those things of, we're going to make this level crossing train platform, not because it's the easier, expedient thing to do so. We do it because we choose to do it. It's literally John F. Kennedy. We choose to build this level crossing because we can. Because we're Victorians.
Oh, no. So the gates were... So this unusually unique level crossing was in use until about 1958, when the increase in local road traffic made it necessary to build a new Halesworth to Bungay Road on a bridge over a railway further north of the station. In later years, lack of proper maintenance made the pivots difficult to move, and soon it required the strength of 3 men to operate them. The gates, now unused, remain in situ, and in 1999, as part of the refurbishment of the station area, they were cosmetically restored, although the road service over the tracks has long since been removed. We have a working...
Yeah, okay. I guess it's just connection lost to you.
Oh, it's your turn then. It's your turn now, is it?
Yeah, it's my turn to have the shitty OBS stuff. Yeah, great.
Teletubbies also depicts the sun with a face hobbit.
It
also has Belgian, what are they called? Belgian giants, doesn't it? Rabbits.
I thought they were German giants.
No, I think they're Belgian.
I thought the Germans were the ones that were like selectively breeding master race rabbits.
Nope, it was the Belgians. It was those sneaky Belgians.
So right, I literally.
Oh, got Sped West has finished your Gordon Brown song. Gordon Brown, texture like bum.
It's all right. E for effort.
Yeah, pretty good. Any more? Back to like them. So there must have been. So if that dude got from Africa, there must have been some pretty lengthy travel
that dude
going
had
on.
a name, and his name was Reasonable Black Man. Say his name.
Yeah.
Hashtag Reasonable Black Man.
Yeah.
Why can't more of them be reasonable black men?
That's for another show, and one we're not doing.
The Woodwoes.
We'll have none of that talk, not here. We'll have none of that talk here.
The hashtag Reasonable Woodwoes.
This is a paranormal show for paranormal people.
There's nothing for your kind here.
Yeah. Little bummer boy.
We had your type in the Navy. Yes, I know what you're up to.
Oh, dear. So, Halesworth, except that some have Christ-like beards, yeah. The next Woodwose font halt was St. Peter's Sibton, which used to be an abbey church. So an abbey church means that they had nuns, is it, Abbey?
Well, abbeys also have monks. Oh yeah,
No,
because
so it could have been either.
wait, because you get abbots and abbesses. So
Oh, I bet it's fucking infested with monk ghosts because they've been shagging a nun and then top themselves.
well, I don't think you have co-ed monasteries or nunneries.
Well, something was going on because have you seen all the ghost stories where the monk's been having it way with the nuns and then he got found out and he topped himself and that's why you got a ghost there? Have you never heard any of those ghost stories? They were fucking... Abbeys were lousy for fucking monks and nuns having it away.
Well, I mean, what did they want them to be gay? Is that...
I think they wanted them to be celibate, I bet.
Well, yeah, but you know, we're all sinners.
Yeah. The next Woodways was St Peter's at
Even
Sibton, which
Stephen
used to be an
J.
abbey
James.
church. Oh, you can see the abbey, the ruins of the abbey in a distant field. Why do it so far away then, if it's in a distant field? The four Sibton Woodways have more muscular limbs and thicker hair, and stare suspiciously at you as they guard the font.
Luxurious thick hair.
Luxurious. Oh, Timothy. Most beasts in medieval art
That's a smashing
were in
blouse
some
on.
way
Say,
allegorical, and Woodways was said to represent
Timothy.
strength. Immorte.
I just keep thinking of you know, Richie Rich from Bomb saying like smashing blouse you got on. Do you use Timothy?
I've been watching Ethan Van Scriver and I can't remember the word that. Oh fuck! Eric July pronounced the word incorrectly. I can't remember what the word was, but he said something wrong, and it was like it's the O something. He said O something instead of. If I could remember the word, it'd make it funny, but I can't, so it's not.
I told you, it's the woodwoes. They distract you from trying to talk about them.
Yeah, the first rule of Woodways. Like, how have they survived on these churches for so long without people talking about it?
Because people just like you even say the term woodwoes. I mean, everyone's heard about Bigfoot. I tell you what, woodwoes is far more subtle than Bigfoot.
But he looks more human as well, doesn't he? When you look at the picture of him there, with his hand down his pants, playing with his staff.
But is this?
Why has he got his hand down his pants?
Is this the the favourite term of the liberal, the anthropomorphizing of it? So
yeah, I don't like that word either. I can't do that word.
It's just like, oh, don't put human values to something that's not human.
Yeah.
There's a bit in Aliens Fireteam where you're in like the control room, and then the scientist says, "Oh, don't call it the control room." It's like, well, it's literally a control room. It's a room where the aliens use to control their ship, which is pointed at Earth, and you've got to stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't call it that because that's racist towards dead aliens which are trying to kill you.
So as it says here, most beasts in medieval art that absolutely
got eaten by the bugs. That would have been better.
Most beasts in medieval art who are in some way easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Allegorical.
Try saying that.
And the
Woodwoes is.
I've had a couple of Ashahis. Asahi dry.
Asahi. Ah, ping pong.
Asahi.
Ping pongu ching chong. Asahi.
Very good. This is what I was gonna. This is the point I was going to make. Like most beasts in medieval art, you know, all these things that absolutely didn't exist that they used to put on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they were
you know, the things that didn't exist, Hobbit, that they used to put on everything.
They were just very imaginative back then. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just all these wood carvers from across Europe that never had contact with one another all came up with the same designs. I mean, well, why do you question that?
Pure accident.
It's just random happenstance. They're pleasing shapes. That's why artists draw them.
Yeah. They're also. Oh, excuse me. They're also the right shape to fit neatly within the space of
the woodwoes. Every time you try and talk about them,
is that word? So
you end up yawning.
They're also the right shape to fit neatly within the space of the upright staves of a font. So the stave of a font must be like the pedestal. So they're using the word stave instead of pedestal.
Why don't they just say the column on which the font rests on?
Or pedestal.
Or
They could say pedestal, couldn't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the foot. A pedestal, like, you know, ped means foot. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, pedestal's what you have under a sink, and a font is a sink.
But
Isn't
I'm also thinking pedestrian means someone that's on foot.
Is anyone down the pub on Woodwose Wednesday? Do you remember that other YouTuber that tried to start Woodwose Wednesday?
Oh, God. Hi, guys. I'm here for the secret nationalist Woodwose Wednesdays.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
No, yeah, you know, we're going to talk about credible threats of violence to the government.
Does this substance smell of almonds to you?
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Oh,
You
dear.
never even wish me Happy New Year, by the way.
What a gimp. The Church of St. John the Baptist lies on the edge of the ancient market town of Saxmundham. Have you ever been into Here Be Dragon's Hobbit? Have you ever been in Norfolk or Suffolk?
No. I think the
yeah.
furthest east I've ever been is up
My
your
house.
way. Yeah, no, that the furthest north I've been is Derby, or is Bangor further north of that? That's not,
Bangor's in Wales.
I was going to say that's not Bangor, Maine. That's Bangor in Gwynedd.
Oh, did you ever hear that Jasper Carrot song? Didn't we have an horrible day the day we went to Blackpool?
Yeah. Yeah, I listened to it afterwards because it was like, that sounds like a song I want to hear, and it's like, yeah, it is a song I want to hear.
Oh, the bit about, I can't remember the actual words. It was about we tried to steal a car, didn't they? We must have been out of our brain because we came down by train and the rain came down.
Well, the bit I love about him is, thanks to Jasper Carrot, I found out what the word apoplexy meant, because
Apoplexy.
Yeah, like you said it. And the thing is, it's one of those words which you don't realise what it means until later, but like, he went into an apoplexy of laughter, as he called it. Apoplexy of laughter.
I thought apoplexy was usually like you're apoplectic with rage.
Yeah, well, he said an apoplexy of laughter, because what happened is he was in Los Angeles and the car reg plate in front of him said bollocks.
It was bollocks.
Yeah. Oh, you know about bollocks?
Yeah, I know about bollocks. I'm a big fan of Jasper Carrot.
Oh yeah, well, it just
You not seen that? Do you not know the one about when he went to Australia and he was laughing about the Durex race car was in the pits with a burst tyre. He was fucking dying of laughter and everyone was stony faced. And it turns out that Durex is their leading brand of sellotape.
Oh my god! So what? Yeah, when you go to a pharmacist, you say, "Do you sell Durex here?" He's like, "No." It's
In a roll? A roll?
It's like, hang on, my dick's not that long.
Oh dear. Oh, the other bit of the didn't we have an horrible day the day we went to Blackpool is we were fine 2 and 6 because the judges were pissed and the rain came down. Really good song. Everybody should listen to.
It is.
Jasper Carrot is a seriously underrated comedian.
Well, it's because he's a Brummie. I just think there's something about, oh, he's from Brum, so you laugh at him, not with him. But then
He's done so many good bits though, like the one about when he used to be a delivery driver for Fortean and Masons. Do you know that one?
No.
When the dogs try to hump him on the lawn, and the woman goes, "Kick his balls!" No, the one's on the lawn.
Do woodwoses in wagons get woad wage?
Wait.
Hey, what's that band? Catatonia.
Are we not looking forward to Woodwose? That was Keris Matthews, weren't it? Catatonia.
Catatonia.
Are we all looking forward to Woodwose 2, the Woad Warrior?
Some call him Mad Woodwose.
Oh dear. So, the Church of St. John the Baptist lies on the edge of the ancient market town of Saxmundham, right next to its Tesco and Waitrose. So you can pop in and get your poor box, Hobbit.
Oh, good. I've not seen Tesco in the poor boxes.
Oh, well, there's Waitrose there, so you can go and get your.
Yeah.
Can you get Waitrose poor box?
Yeah, and they're the best ones. Well, actually, the Co-op near me, they do posh poor boxes too, but they usually sell out. So I get the Waitrose poor box.
St John's has just 2 Woodwoses on its front, which is, I have to agree with the assessment of the church's own guide, a splendid specimen in an excellent state of preservation. Saxmundham's Woodwose was the one I had up earlier, who was the. That's a really good carving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put it back up because that's a really good carving. So that's the one in Saxmundham, which is there's so much expression on his little face, isn't there?
It's great. It's great.
So Saxmundham's Woodwoses are 18 inches, 46 centimeters, Renaissance works of art, which why they aren't as well known as the works of Michelangelo. Do you say Michelangelo when you're talking about the artist, or do you call him Michelangelo like he's one of the turtles?
Because of the CITV show about the alien, I end up calling him Michelangelo.
Yeah, but I think you're supposed to call him Michelangelo, aren't you?
Oh, is that like thing like with the Italians where it's Michelangelo?
Yeah, you know me. It's a me.
It's a me.
It's a me. It's Michele the shark.
And it's like, no, your name's Michael. It's Michelangelo.
Yeah. Their extraordinary detailed little faces have all the dignity of biblical patriarchs, and their features could pass muster as slightly retro Neanderthal reconstruction. Flanked by the standard smiling lions. So why are they flanked by lions? That's the weird part, isn't it?
Yeah, that's also a very good question. But is this woodwosing stuff just actually Neanderthal man? Because I don't think Neanderthal man
could be Neanderthal man. Is it our version of Bigfoot?
I don't think he went extinct as quickly as they. Well, a guy we used to know talks about Neanderthal man and Cro-Magnon and how they're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought we turned into monkeys and then turned into people.
Yeah, the Stephen J. James view of how it is, how it be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, so all flanked by the standard smiling lions. These ones have their tongues out. So, like, medieval lions are fucking weird. They don't really look like lions, do they?
It's when you say when they have their tongues out, I keep thinking of that bit in come on, brain, you almost had it. No, just lewd furry pictures. They have the animals with the tongues out. So it's like, how far back does furry stuff go?
Right, I'm going to try and find a medieval lion carving because they look fucking weird.
Well, there's also that a line on the picture of golden syrup, but that's when people knew what lions looked like. Yeah,
that's from sweetness. What is it?
From sweetness comes strength.
Yes, Bible passage. Like, imagine that. Like, when we were so civilized, we had Bible passages on our food. So here's a medieval lion. Does that really look like a fucking lion to you?
I'll have to wait a half a minute for it to load because you know what the buffering's like.
Yeah.
You wait ages for something. And, also, just without the guard grill on my fire, I also have to be careful because bits keep falling down. Right.
There is I found an article. I'm not going to read it because it's probably garbage. But why are medieval lions so bad? Why do medieval lions look like lions? Are they not lions? Are they lions or aren't they lions?
I tell you what, that face looks like a lot of the like samurai masks. It's the same sort of grimace, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. I think you just turn into a woodwose if you live off grid for too long. What are you saying? Fyodor Kaczynski was a woodwose.
He might have been, but I don't think Woodwoses knew what the technological society was.
Well, well, if they could use a typewriter, they'd say its consequence has been disastrous for Woodwose kind.
The burly, thick-limbed Sax wild men sport late 15th century woolen hats, and other. Oh, so that's a woolen hat he's got on his head in the previous picture.
Yeah, because I was going to say the current picture that's not got a woolly hat on it. Why would a lion have a woolly hat?
Why has it got a tree growing out of its willy?
Yeah, that too. But is this like, in 1990s where it's like, hey, we got to make these animals look cool. Give them a basketball cap and a skateboard.
Yeah. Give them the Woodwose Woodwose, the 15th century version of a woolly hat.
Yeah.
Of a baseball cap.
That's it. Yeah, he's like, oh look,
it's just jogging through. The Woodwose is just jogging through the church.
He be participating in their life.
Are otherwise naked under their thick, superbly detailed fur. This one has its club raised, like another rests on the ground, legs crossed.
That's not really like, oh, underneath these clothes I'm naked. Underneath that fur, that Woodwose is naked.
Yeah. How do we know that?
Well, because you're naked underneath the stuff you wear. That's why you say I feel naked without my clothes.
More imposing than the little Woodwoses on the front staves, in the humble opinion of this Woodwose aficionado at least, are the Woodwoses carved on Suffolk church porches. Sometimes they're well over 2 foot high. The porch of St John the Baptist, Baddingham, has its very own worn outline of a Woodwose with long hair on its head and a thick club raised at an equally worn wyvern. Either the elements have eroded both protagonists away, or the religious reformers have defaced them.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, because you wonder, like, are these people just making this shit up, or are they documenting stuff that went on?
It's a bit of a head scratcher, isn't it? I mean, what will people in future's times make of like furry art? What are they going to say about that?
Well, that's different because at least there's like a documentation to back it up, but there's no documentation that we've seen. I'm not saying it doesn't exist to back up the pictures of Woodwoses and unicorns and dragons and lions in England.
Oh yeah, but we all know that that dinosaurs. That's just the atheists.
It could be that we had like mountain lions or something, and we just made them go extinct.
Well, we had wolves, didn't we? And they went extinct.
Yeah, so it's possible we had some sort of mountain lion, couldn't it? And that's why we know what lions look like.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like the thing with cats where they seem to have this cellular memory of what a snake looks like. So if you put something near them that looks like a snake, like a cucumber, they leap in the air.
So the boring old font in St Mary's Church, Cratfield, has realistic biblical.
Is this one of those things from The Meaning of Life?
The boring old font
in Cratfield.
In Cratfield, it's Cratfield, not Crapfield.
So the boring old font in Cratfield, because
Yeah. Has realistic biblical human figures, possibly damaged by Tudor church reformers. Cratfield's Woodwose on the porch may be less than 2 foot tall, but he's impressive. With his legs tucked into the space available above the arch over the door, he has an angry expression, short curly hair on his head, and a pointy beard. While most Woodwoses on Suffolk church porches are fighting 2-legged wyverns, this one's going up against the fat dragon with two sets of legs.
Two sexy legs.
Baddingham and two sexy legs. Baddingham and Cheddiston are far enough away.
Legs.
Too sexy for my legs. New York and Japan are far enough away from anywhere else.
Know the rest of it.
But those,
I always just knew it was like I'm too sexy for my shirt, so sexy that it hurts.
Yeah, so sexy it hurts.
He needs to do a new verse about
yeah, the next line is I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan, New York, and Japan.
All right, because I know him as like the guy who talks about the vaccines.
Mm.
So he's a bit like Russell Brand, but does music.
Yeah.
What does Russell Brand do apart from shagging?
You're just asking me to say something actionable about Russell Brand, aren't you?
I don't know.
He engages in struggle sex.
It's a snuggle with a struggle. And anyway, that's alleged. The people who are alleging it, I don't believe them.
Yeah, because nothing's happened since.
I just, again, I seem to me, it just seems like a case of sour grapes. I don't believe them. I think, why are you waiting until now to make these allegations? Why don't you come out sooner? Why is it only when Russell Brand is saying the same thing?
It's like when you go to a restaurant and eat half the meal and then go, I didn't like that, can I have my money back?
It's like, well, didn't you not like it from the first bite? At what point when you were eating the meal did you go, oh, I don't want this anymore?
Yeah. So Baddingham and Cheddiston are far enough away from anywhere else that those doing the Woodrose run might consider a stop at the King's Head, aka the Low House in Laxfield. The King's Head is listed as a heritage pub, which could be code for eccentric layout, as it's a pub with no bar. I walked into a dead end with taps, barrels, and a price list hanging up, and a sort of partition where the crisps and peanuts are on display. And someone asked if they could help me. I'm looking for the bar, I said. We haven't got one, the not barmaid replied. They bring the drinks to your table, somewhere in a warren of multiple snugs with high-backed pews. That sounds like an interesting pub, doesn't
it? We haven't got... All right. The not barmaid of the not bar. So it's a public house, like... But even if you go to a place like Spoons, like they've got... I don't know. I do not know.
Maybe they had a medieval... You lose all this quirky stuff when you have all your chain pubs, don't you?
There was something I saw about that, about drinking in Ireland, where they'd have like women come into the pubs and they go into the hidey holes. And the idea... it's also something to do with licensing. So you go into a pub, you'd buy like a bag of tea or something. That way they could be classed as grocers and keep open despite the prohibition. And the ladies would go into a stuff.
The Irish had a prohibition.
Yeah, they did. And whilst this was going on, the idea is like the ladies would go there and say, I've come to buy my tea. And it's like, well, it'll take us about 10 to 15 minutes to get your tea ready. Would you like a drink whilst you're waiting? No, I shouldn't. Are you sure now? Oh, go on, then you twist my arm. I'll have a pint. Down
with this sort of thing.
It literally is that.
So you're an alcoholic now, Father?
For some reason, Ireland had a temperance movement, didn't really catch on, but it did give rise to where you get like bars which don't have bars.
They really are desperate to be American, aren't they, the Irish?
And I think the Americans are desperate to be Irish, but neither of them are.
Yeah.
And they can't accept it.
I do love it speaking to all these Yanks on. I've got my DNA test back. Oh, I'm mostly Anglo. And they like a bit disappointed.
No, I'm Scots-Irish. There must be a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like...
Arriving at Peasnall, you get a sense you're back in civilization. Not only are there signs for the A12 again, East Suffolk's linked to London. Jimmy's Farm's on it on the A12. Did you know that?
Who's Jimmy?
He did that. Jimmy's he did that program, didn't he? Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
He's Pucker. Well, who's that bloke Pucker who didn't like turkey twizzlers?
Jamie Oliver.
Jamie Oliver. He's Jamie Oliver's mate, isn't he, Jimmy?
Is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, he doesn't seem as fake as Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, he seems a bit more natural, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Woodrow spotters hold up as the finest example of the genre the porches of either Cratfield or Cratfield.
I was going to say, it sounded like
Any
you were saying-
children in the audience? Cratfield, not Crapfield. Or
but not
Peasnell.
to
And
be
I have to say
confused
that...
with the place in Dorset called Crapstone.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find the Peasnell.
I'll have a
Peasnell.
Peasnall, please, Bob.
Peasnell. Woodwoes.
Are you just saying random words now? Is
No, I'm just looking for it. I'm just trying to find a picture.
I was going to say,
of it.
is this how English works?
Oh, this is pretty good. He's holding like a fucking glaive or something. This is mad.
Oh yeah, there's like, have you seen the medieval pictures where like rabbits and cats are holding knives, swords, and flails?
No.
Oh, there's loads of like old medieval paintings, and you got like cats and they're wearing chainmail, and they've got like halberds, and they're just like fighting.
Look at
other
this.
cats.
Look, look. He's holding a fucking glaive. Looks like, doesn't it?
That is a shield, and he's got like a pair of cock and balls.
That's. He's definitely compensating for something, isn't he?
I think that's supposed to be a club, and then.
But why's he got a pair of dangly bollocks at the end?
Well, maybe they just say like it's like a gnarled branch or something. It's got like knobbly bits. No, I'm prepared to give the medieval guys the benefit of the doubt, because if they wanted to draw a willy, they'd have drawn a willy. There's quite.
It's that little cleft in the middle there is looking a bit weird and suspicious, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Is that his willy?
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could see like the rest of it as well, because it's kind of just zoomed in on one part. Like, it looks like the beard flows down his entire body, but his body looks a bit serpent-like.
Hmm.
Do you see what I mean by being serpent-like?
Yeah, he's looking a bit. I don't know. He's looking a bit OnlyFans, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something.
Come and subscribe to my OnlyFans.
I'll fucking show you my bumhole.
Do you want to see a Wood Wars bumhole?
I got the wood walls you want to see here.
I'm all the wood woes you want, love.
Yeah.
So arriving at Peasnell. So that's the one on the porch of Peasnell, anyway. So I have to say the latter is particularly a magnificent example and my own favourite. The woodways above the porch in St Michael's, Peasnell, is in slightly better condition than Cratfield's. He has the happier face of a serene, somehow slightly comic, and yet also disturbing noble savage. Peasnell man's body hair falls in luxurious curls. Oh, Timothy. And he has a lot of fine detail on his shield. Oh, that is his shield.
It's a shield. I thought it was a shield.
Yeah, it's a bit small, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was the standard at the time.
Oh, was it?
I'm not sure. I think they called it a buckler.
But apparently the opposite side there's a wyvern, but I can't see a picture.
The weird thing is, I'm not sure about this. Probably some like historical martial arts person can say this. It seems to me like from the ancient era, the shields get smaller and smaller whilst the swords get bigger. So you go for example, like with the
well, that's a pretty big club he's got there. It's not.
Well, like for example, the Romans would have short swords, which is the gladius that was very popular with the Iberians, and then from those you would have this. I think it's called the scutum, their tower shield.
I think we're doing another week on woodwoses because I've not even done half of this.
Well, but remember when we touched on the woodwoes before?
Yeah. No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't. That's
oh, okay.
That's how it works with the woodwoes, isn't it?
Yeah. No, sorry. No, I realised that neither of. God, the woodwoes is going to be one of those time warp things, isn't it? Like,
it's just going to take up about 3 episodes and you ain't done nothing.
How many? So you mean we could have talked about the woodwoes once, twice, 10 times, maybe even hundreds of times? We've mentioned the woodwoes.
Yeah. It's like in the Mouth of Madness when he's trying to get out of that town.
Oh, I was referring to the Star Trek meme where it's like, so you mean we've seen this meme before? We might have seen.
Oh
it
right,
hundreds.
okay.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, that's that one where only Guinan knows that they've been in a time warp, isn't it?
Yeah, because of course Guinan's got the MacGuffin.
Hmm.
But you know, that does all the stuff.
What do you want to do? Go another 5 minutes on this and then do some other news.
Yeah, go on. Let's do that then.
So Peasnall Man's fine detail on his shield, while the wyvern approaching him across the porch is more wriggly and serpentine than Crapfield's a beast example. I'm impressed on all three of my Woodways tours by now. By how the local churches are left open to the public all day. That's because they're in, shall we say, more civilised areas of the country.
Ones where things don't get vandalised and defaced.
Oh no. The proprietor of the Halesworth wine shop said St Mary's Halesworth had been robbed just the week before, with money taken from the office and a Mother's Day flower display ruined. The dragnet was closing in on the ecclesiastical thieves, though, with both Norfolk and Suffolk constabularies on the case. Just over the Norfolk border in Gillingham, someone had robbed an undertaker's and left an identical shoot. No, Gillingham is Kent, I think.
Because there's Gillingham in Dorset. It's not far from Shaftesbury.
No, Gillingham's Kent, I think.
Oh, well, I'm telling you, there's Gillingham because I went to Gillingham train station and that was in Kent.
That's what I said, Kent.
No, Dorset.
There's two. There's Gillingham, Kent, and Gillingham, Dorset.
Oh, likely story.
Yeah. Gillingham is a town and civil parish in the Blackmore Vale area of Dorset, England.
Yeah, see? So
Gillingham is a town in the Unitary Authority area of Medway in the ceremonial county of Kent, England.
So there's two Gillinghams.
There's two Gillinghams.
We got all the Gillinghams one could need.
Two scoops, two sexes, two Gillinghams.
Yep. Two chins.
So I think I'll probably knock it on the head here.
That's what she
just
said.
over the Norfolk border in Gillingham, someone had robbed an undertaker's and left an identical shoe print to whoever had plundered St Mary's Halesworth. And on that mystery there, we'll put a pin in it and we'll do some...
Unexplained Pistories.
There's got to be something better than Unexplained Pistories, isn't there?
Well, the last time I went on the X forum, it was a bit crap as well, so I wouldn't recommend that.
I think I did find some replacements. I want to have a look in resources. I think I put them in there. This week in weird. See what this is.
Oh, that's why you started reading from. It's not a sister publication. We're not affiliated with the Fortean Times. But the Fortean Times.
How the Estes method is the ground. Oh, this is just the new spirit box. That's not interesting.
What is the spirit box? Because we did that in an earlier.
Oh, hold on. Up at this. The world's first haunted object 3D scanning project is confusing ghosts producing haunted clones. The first ever initiative to 3D scan real haunted objects has a unique problem. It's confusing ghosts and creating haunted copies.
Well, you said
See
that
the
a bit
spooky
already.
evidence.
I really hate when journalists do that.
Yeah. The Travelling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult. The only... Do you say occult or occult?
It's been occulted, so it's occult.
Occult. The world's only mobile museum of haunted artifacts has launched the first ever initiative to 3D scan and compile a database of paranormally active objects. You know, like Annabelle. Have you seen Annabelle? Or you know what Annabelle is?
No.
The doll from the film. You're not seeing it?
Ugh. No.
It's really weird. It's like this really fucking horribly, like, demonically possessed doll, but it's just one of those Raggedy Ann dolls.
Is it like is Is it from a cursed film? Because I know The Crow was a cursed production.
I'll show you the picture of the real Annabelle doll, and it's really like it's like the mundanity of evil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck. Hold on a sec. Pictures. Right, so I'll change this so you'll see what Annabelle actually looks like. Because there's another haunted doll called Robert.
Robert the Haunted Doll. It doesn't sound very scary.
Yeah, does it? And that's the thing. It's like the banality of evil. That's what I was thinking of.
Hello, my name's Kevin Colin Bryan. I'm possessed by the devil.
Is that TH? This is recognise him.
The stream has
No,
mighty
I don't want to see
lag,
one
bro.
now. I
I'll
want to see
check
one
out
of him in the
post-facto.
80s.
Living the dream. I'm going to win the BBC Two stream now because it. Oh, just as I say that, the stream actually goes into green. It's like showing good, but now it's dropping down. I don't know. I think we'll end the. No, I won't end BBC Two stuff just yet. Well, because we're still doing it, but we'll come to it. There's Fortean TV, yeah. Scream Team. The short-lived show
Don't know that one.
Which came out at the same time as Living TV's Most Haunted in 2002. Well, that's why I didn't see it because
so here's Michael Aspelobit. Do you recognise him?
Oh yeah.
He used to do This Is Your Life.
Yeah. Da, da, da,
Da,
da.
da, da.
Hey.
I can't do it anymore because it's like, do you remember when you was nonting kids in the 70s? So I can't do it anymore, can I?
Is there like a requirement in order to be a presenter on English TV? You have to be a nonce. Is that like
During the 70s?
Or it seems like during up to the 90s?
Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. Have you ever watched any of that?
Just about to ask about that because I've never heard of this show and it sounds like it'd be up.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
He was a nonce.
No, he weren't.
Yes, he was.
He was just very good friends with the people that wrote Logan's.
Yeah, and also like he's very good friends with all the boys in Cambodia. No, Sri Lanka.
Allegedly. We'll just say allegedly, just in case.
I don't think it's alleged anymore.
Oh, we'll just say he's dead, and he can't sue us. But we'll just say alleged.
Oh, the estate of like the people.
Yeah. So Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. That's the first time I ever heard about the crystal skulls. Like he talked about the crystal skulls on there.
I never heard of that. That's amazing. Now I remember what it was I was going to do. And Ghost Hunters are literally one of those. I think I saw it in Viz, but I think why don't they do that? It was a case of Ghost Hunters give credibility to your show by occasionally going to some place and saying, "Sorry guys, there's no haunting here. Can't win them all." It's like
have you ever heard about the Welsh Roswell? There's actually got some decent stories.
Yes,
like, I ignored it this week, and they've got some decent stories.
We did a
Should we
free
do
part
it next
about
week?
it. What was it with the exsanguination and all that weird stuff with the animal mutilation and the
Was
the
that part of it?